enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Good enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this guppies and rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is color December. Look where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls. Y'all know we have Music Monday, but this is officially sold out, where, of course, we continue the sneaker talk, man. Sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and then it's free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, you name it. Pretty much, if I don't get the content out in time, somebody's already likely posted it in the Discord. Also, if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, I do my very best to try to keep that updated as well. Hopefully, as you guys coming out, y'all definitely smash that like button and sub up, and definitely let me know if audio and visuals is okay. Tonight's topic, man, we're going to be keeping it pretty much very simple tonight. We're going to be talking Dick's Sporting Goods as they pretty much acquire Foot Locker. Can they restructure, right? Okay, that was one of the things that I kind of just making sure I've been kind of, I guess you can say as I make snippets of other my older lives, I'm very curious how we kind of seen this all come about. And to keep it 100, when I was doing a live with homie Dunks, he kind of pictured it a long time ago. He's like, yo, Dick's Sporting Goods is kind of one of those hidden gems where they got so much potential. So I hate to say it, or not say it necessarily hate to say it, but Dunks actually called this a long time ago. So no hated ever on my homie Dunks. But at the same time, he had called it a long time ago, like, yo, it's got a lot of potential. Honestly, if they make the right moves, and looks like they are so far, but I'm very curious, again, what is Dick's Sporting Goods gonna bring to the table for Foot Locker, right? We covered this, I want to say, Saturday, or at least last week for sure, where, Mary Dillon, she's out, but ironically, the person who used to be at Nike is now the person they got in place of that. So I'm very curious what kind of made that decision, you know what I'm saying? So we'll probably get more information about that, not necessarily tonight, but I'm assuming within the next week or upcoming weeks. So again, if you like sneakers, you are in the right place. And then also we're going to be talking JD Sports expects limited impacts from the tariffs, so we're going to be talking that as well. I kind of wanted to cover that on Saturday a little bit as far as the tariff talk, but I figured we had covered enough just in enough time. Y'all know I only try my very best to keep these joints right at an hour, man. So pretty much, getting into these and doing the research and then giving my thoughts and opinion on these joints, it can get very lengthy, right? Okay, so visuals looking good on my end. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and dive right in. And yeah, man, as y'all coming out, definitely show love for the kid. But ultimately, let me see real quick. Let me get my setup here, and then we'll share my screen. We'll also talk upcoming sneaker releases toward the end of the live. To the best of my knowledge, only thing I see major on the radar is those Tokyo 5s, right? Okay, so we'll talk about that. And also, I seen there's supposed to be a Fantastic Four bait drop that's supposed to be coming too. So that's gonna be very interesting. But we'll talk about those. I'll share my screen on that towards the end of the live. And honestly, bro, I seen Kim Kardashian is doing something with Nike, and I gotta be honest, right? I'm not mad, even though I know it's for ladies, right? Pause. I know it's for ladies. I gotta keep it 100. I'm not mad at the advertisement, if I'm gonna keep it real. But yeah, let me share my screen here. Give me 2 seconds and make some adjustments, and then we should be seeing my screen here. I think I'm gonna start right with the Dick's Sporting Goods restructure, and then we'll go into JD Sports, and then we'll talk probably the shoe demand type of inner situation real quick, and then we'll get the party. We'll talk upcoming sneaker releases. May even be a quick live tonight, but I'm gonna do my very best to keep it right at an hour, because sometimes getting into these joints, I kind of get long-winded, not even on purpose. But let me share my screen here. Give me 2 seconds. Boom, you guys should be seeing my screen right here. Hopefully visuals and everything is looking good right here. But it says, can Dick's restructure Foot Locker, right? Okay, starting on time tonight, right? And this is just analysts reacting, right? So this is people talking right now. This is the talk of the town. Can they restructure? This is my thing, Foot Locker. Does it need restructuring? In my opinion, I think where they dropped the ball at, if I had to guess, right? Again, I'm no business person, but I am into sneakers. But really dropped the ball for me for Foot Locker was their app structure. When they had something that was actually not that bad, but then they restructured it to that like FLX joint, and then they built that lace up program. But my thing with the app, I don't know, bro. I feel like it's gotten better because only reason it seemed like it's gotten better because of the sneaker market in general. Everybody's kind of feeling. Think about this week. You know how many videos I used to do like drip or skips throughout the week to now I'm doing like one like drip or skip video a week, right? Okay. And again, look across the board, and I'm talking the sneaker market. We can talk sneaker YouTube. We can talk what have you, right? Okay. Nobody's really dropping content like that because, to be honest, we rely on these releases. Now, what's holding up the releases? Keep in mind too, right? And I'm not blaming anybody or pointing the finger at anybody of what's holding up the releases or what have you. Keep in mind, Nike done made a CEO change last year as well. They're doing some restructuring, and they took some numbers too, so that stuff went down too. So again, I've said this time and time again throughout all of my lives, even when Dunks was doing the lives with me. Nike is like basically the head honcho. If they're taking a hit, dog, most likely everything that eats underneath it is gonna take a hit too, right? So this is where we got this whole Foot Locker, and now Dick's Sporting Goods got Foot Locker type of thing, if I had to guess. Again, Whole Live is a legend and opinionated base. And I also want to throw this out there too, right? Again, I know there's an exception to the rule, right? I'm going to say this too because you can look at like at one point, Reebok was like the talk of the town and they had everybody over there. And then when they took a dive, a lot of people kind of like, fell off from that. But it didn't affect the whole sneaker market. But Nike, them, different story. It's like apples and oranges, even though technically they both drop shoes. It's kind of like equivalent to comparing Nike to Skechers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Skechers are shoes, but I mean like, let's just say totally two different audiences. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick? Slayer says, yo, Sneaker Squad 100. What up, Slayer? What up, what up, what up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man. Really appreciate that. Again, you guys should already be seeing my screen. So let me just get through this first article real quick and then just kind of give my thoughts and opinions on that. But it says, Dick's restructuring, pause, right? I never really cared for the name of Dick's Sporting Goods, but I mean, it is what it is, especially whenever you see them out and about in like, I guess you say not necessarily a mall. Because, to be honest, usually they got their own standoff type of thing, right? Okay, pause. But it says, Dick's restructuring of Foot Locker has its challenges and merger history hasn't been kind for fashion and footwear firms, nor even for retailers, right? Okay, so this is from September 23rd, and today we're on the 24th. So this kind of just dropped this article yesterday. So we right on top of things right here. It says, fashion, footwear, and retail mergers are not for the faint of heart. Dick's Sporting Goods, retailer this month, completed its $2.5 billion acquisition of Foot Locker. And again, we've been covering this story too from kind of like when it first broke, and now here we are. So we're watching this and kind of witnessing this in real time, right? They've acquired it. Now what you gonna do with it? Right, okay? Because clearly whatever Mary Dillon was doing, not saying it was doing bad, but at the same time, keep in mind at one point, with all these backdooring rumors and all these little side stuff that was going on, it seemed like she couldn't handle that part too. Again, I'm not saying she didn't, but I'm saying it just from the outside looking in, that's what it appeared like. So my thing is this, it seemed like Nike them at one point, remember they was going to do a DTC, which is direct to consumer. Yeah, a DTC, direct to consumer, right? But then they kind of stopped that with all that. I think once we got, and I hate to bring this up too, and I don't care who you voted for, but once so much changed in a matter of months is crazy. Think about this. Last year, Nike, we had the new CEO. He made some structure changes, right? Then you think about that big, like, where Nike them took a dive in the stock market as far as like what their, sales were and worth were, right? Okay. Then also, top of the year, what changed? We got new administration in the office and we got tariff talk. Think about it. I feel like I've been covering tariffs so much. I feel like I am a politician. I'm not even trying to talk about it. But I'm just kind of making sure I cover how it affects the sneaker community. You know what I mean? That's my whole goal. I don't care who you voted for at the end of the day. They already in there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing you can do but deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But where we at real quick, it says it's a deal that has some pluses on paper or some pluses on paper. It says the combined utility gives it a store network of 3,200 doors, plus e-commerce and digital business across 20 countries in North America, Europe, Asia, Australia. Right? Okay. Where we at real quick? Let me touch the chat. Play it. Well, my bad. My bad. I totally jacked up that part. But it says Slayer says, vote for Polo. Hey, I'm not no politician, dog. I can't, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm not saying I would do a better job because I'm pretty sure my thing is this. If anything I've learned from this year's administration, right? Again, I don't care who you voted for. It's obviously, it's not, you can talk your way. How should I compare it? A person that, and I'll compare it to like my job, right? Okay. Or just a job in general, right? We'll just say a job in general. Let's take it all back, right? Because at the end of the day, that is a job, right? If you're going to run for president, this, that, and the third, it's a lot of work. And it's one of the things about those type of jobs. It's kind of one of those, like, if you think about it, who do they interview for, right? They interview for us, the people, to like, hey, vote for me or this, that, and the third. AKA when you go for a job, sometimes, yeah, they just call you and tell you to come in. But most likely, majority of jobs I had, it was a job interview. Same concept here whenever you step up to this. The difference is you got a lot more on your plate. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say is like, I have literally have worked with some people and or have heard some people who have worked with people allegedly where I can tell like they did a great job during the interview and just listening to them talk, they did a great job, presented themselves well, did everything they were supposed to do. And then when they got the position, all right, now what you gonna do with it, right? My thing is this, I've seen it where people like I have worked, I'm trying to word this nicely where, I'll propose the question differently. Have you ever worked with somebody like you can tell like they spin the game, they doing a great job, but then when it's time to get ready to get into action, you know what I'm saying? They lost as I don't know what, and you're like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? What the helly? So yeah, I say all that to say, cool. You know what I'm saying? We've seen that time and time again. There's a lot of people that are great at just negotiating and great talkers. In fact, I met a female like this before too, where honestly, they fooled the hell out of me for a minute. But to be honest, I slowly, and nothing ever happened or whatever, but it got to the point where I just didn't believe majority of the stuff they said. You know what I'm saying? And I could just tell them like, bro, like, it sounds good, but ain't no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? It just takes time. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me get back to the article. I didn't mean to go on that rant. It says, that gives Dick's the ability to reach new customers stateside and internationally. There's also a licensed store presence in Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. And on the vendor side, another benefit will be stronger relationships with the key brand partners through multiple platforms. Jefferies analyst Randall J. Kenwick, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, or Kenwick, said in May when the deal was first announced that the transaction was a positive development for Nike. Nike has been struggling of late, and Coinut said that Dick's operational improvements to Foot Locker could enhance Nike's retail presence and brand consistency. This is my thing, though. I get what they're saying, but if Nike's still at the top, can Dick's Sporting Goods, even though, they kind of like acquired Foot Locker, can they, if they wasn't doing it already, which they were making moves and growing, but Foot Locker, where Dick's Sporting Goods was getting at, and they did surpass Foot Locker technically, Foot Locker already been there. You know what I'm saying? I just think they couldn't, they just didn't transition well with the times, you know what I'm saying? And what could help them bring back certain things too, where, again, I feel like, yes, there are certain stores that Foot Locker had like limited drops. To the best of my knowledge, it was always usually New York or LA or I guess you can say New York, California, or Chicago. All the rest of the drops, like, case in point, right? I've seen people hit on Travis's and it was only available in 2 stores. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this: they could have spread it out a little bit more in some of their main stores. Like, I feel like they could have had stores where that will bring attention. Now, again, I don't want to blame that necessarily all the way on Foot Locker, because at the end of the day, if they're getting it wholesale from Nike and Nike saying, well, we only going to give it to 2 stores, pick one, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So, again, a lot of that you got to take in with a grain of salt too. But, again, if you think about it, it would have been nice to have more options for Travis, right? Because think about this. Even the Travis that we were anticipating last week, they got pushed back. It would have been nice to have been able to have an option to, like, okay, cool, I'm going to try on sneakers, but I would like to try on Foot Locker, but I would like to, you know what I'm saying? Like, his website, let's just keep it 100. I'm never confident whenever I enter the Travis Scott website. Yes, I've seen people hit. Yes, I bought stuff off Travis' website, but never none of his sneakers, right? Okay? And then we've seen the rabbit hole of what goes down with that too, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? What we have real quick, Slayer says, these next Travis shoes about to go crazy. Most definitely. They were going to go crazy anyway. But yeah, most definitely a lot more people, especially when I'm pushing back, is going to build up a little bit more hype for sure. Looks like we got Manny with the Kicks in the building. Says, what's Fendi sold out family? What up, Manny's? What up? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all coming it out, homies. Let me get back to the article real quick. It says, but Foot Locker losses had widened just before competition of the merger. For the second quarter ended August 2nd, the sneaker retailer posted its net loss of $38 million versus its net loss of $12 million for the same year-ago quarter. Wow, year-ago quarter. So that is a big, big drop. So, I mean, to be honest, they had to make moves. They wasn't bringing in the same amount of bread. You know what I'm saying? While I'm pretty sure it's still $1 million company, at the end of the day, that's a big cut. You know what I'm saying? And again, I want people to realize there's a big difference between worth, like what physical money you have, versus net worth, right? It's saying what your company is worth as a whole too. You know what I'm saying? Again, but if they're losing sales, it don't necessarily mean they had that to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Again, the saying is simple. They said, take money to make money. You know what I'm saying? So again, a lot of these business, they make it, but then they got to spend it right back out too. You know what I'm saying? What we have, Slayer says, the only Travis I caught was his collab meal at McDonald's. I don't even think I tried that. I seen a lot of sneakerheads like posted. Actually, I made like a little joke about, like a joking video about that joint. But man, I can't remember the last time I actually been to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like, for anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll eat it every now and then, but I mean, I want to say I haven't been to McDonald's in like 3, 4, 5 years. I'm not saying I eat much better food. I just don't never ever be in the mood for it. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick? Total sales were down 2.4% to $1.85 billion. Former Foot Locker CEO Mary Dillon shared she exited the company upon the completion of the merger, said last month that the results were the results of challenging operating environment and soft store traffic trends. This is my thing. If she feels like she wasn't getting that much physical store presence, like actual, like in the brick and mortar joint, that means you had to take it up online. I will say this, their website, it seems like they never did any like real like update. I'm pretty sure they did, but I didn't feel it. You know what I'm saying? Again, the app should have been a little bit more active. You think of stuff like, you know, DTLR, which is basically under JD Sports, which we're going to get ready to cover here in like the next like 15 minutes. They did what they needed to do, but also they're a growing company too, but they kind of acquired a lot of stuff too. So, I mean, it can be done, but I mean, if you look at like the resale side of things, when people can't hit on a sneaker, they tend to go to GOAT, mainly because, in my opinion, it's a little bit right there in your face, user friendly, and they don't have too much of a bad track record. Now, if you look at me, I prefer to go to eBay, and yes, they have an app, but I will admit, I still prefer like the old school get on the computer websites thing. The app has gotten good, but it could use some improvements as well. But you know what I mean? You looking at something where it's like GOAT kind of started out in the digital world off rip, so they kind of winning. And when they acquired or whenever they merged with what am I thinking of? Flight Club, that was just an easy like no brainer deal. You know what I'm saying? And then let's not forget where we've heard rumors where Foot Locker them was throwing, they had like where people was basically, they were silent investors in GOAT, and they had pairs over there going over there. I don't know if it's true, but that was floating around the sneaker community and sneaker world as well. Again, alleged, right? Let me get back to the article. It says Sam Poser at Williams Trading views the newly combined utility as a challenge for Dick's. Pause. Noting in a research report that Foot Locker's most recent earnings was far worse than expected. Poser recognized the impressive evolution that has occurred at Dick's over the past 5 years, noting improvements in store layouts and designs and omni-channel execution, exclusive brand execution, and brand and product assortments. Right? Okay. Let's keep the party going here. It says, overall, we believe that Dick's Sporting Goods has become the default sporting goods store, but generally not just the most go-to sporting goods store. It's concluded his major criticism was whether Dick's team had to know how to manage and turn around the Foot Locker business, noting that while both retailers sell athletic footwear and apparel, the store model geographically serves as the types of consumers they serve way too much foresee a clear path to success for the combined unity. So this is my thing. I'm guessing this guy saying like they both sell footwear or athletic footwear, but obviously Dick's was bringing something different to the table that Foot Locker couldn't. But this is my thing is because I feel like, and this is where probably the homie Dunks would probably chime in, Dick's Sporting Goods, you can get your Nikes there, but to be honest, they have so much potential to make it completely a great all over back to school experience for, especially during those times where there's certain things you can buy at Dick's Sporting Goods that you couldn't buy at Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying? If you needed gym equipment and cleats and stuff like that, like Foot Locker them, I don't think they had cleats. You know what I'm saying? If they did, it was very, like, it wasn't out in your face. Dick's Sporting Goods, they had a cleat section. You know what I'm saying? You got slides, they got that as well. It seems like they catered more to like I hate to say it, it didn't even feel like it. To me, it feels like that outdoorsy type of stuff. Like Dunks would say right now, you walk in, like, to be honest, dog, it feels like they had, and I can't remember this, like they seemed like they had canoes hanging from the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas like we going to get back to school shopping, but we also getting this like spring break stuff where hell, we gonna go camping for the week and shut out for the world. You get it all right there. You know what I'm saying? Gym equipment, you know what I'm saying? You name it. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten gloves from Dick's Sporting Goods before. In my opinion, they wasn't good because them joints didn't last long, but I've gotten gloves there. You know what I'm saying? Wide variety of stuff. And to be honest, I feel like I never fully explored the store all the way. In fact, even if you needed the equipment, like batting equipment, I mean, like, I feel like you could set up not just the home gym, but I mean, like, if you needed to get the baseball team right too, it feels like you can get your baseball helmet, your football helmet, everything there. You know what I'm saying? It was just weird, like, to me. Not necessarily weird in a bad way, but it's kind of one of those, like, a little bit far-fetched for me whenever I'm just looking for one thing. But when I went in there, and then they also did the, where you pull up to the register, I feel like, and this is like a pros and the cons for me. A lot of stores do this, but I'm not a fan of it, where their, like, checkout line is pretty much consisted of nothing but stuff where it entices you to buy stuff at the last minute that you don't need. Now, to be fair, I don't want to just blame this on Dick's Sporting Goods. I feel like every store I've been to kind of has that same setup. They just have it like delivered differently. I feel like Dick's Sporting Goods is kind of like it surrounds you with it. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest, all of them are borderline guilty in doing it in some way, shape, or form. If we're going to keep it real. Slayer says, DSG has a bit more variety of clothing too. Foot Locker is my preference for shoes though, but I like Dick's too. Major pause. Hey. Pause. Major pause. But I get what you're saying though. To be fair, like me, I feel like, to be honest, Foot Locker used to be my go-to for like gym shorts and stuff like that. But to be honest, and I need to buy some more gym shorts and stuff like that. But they had a lot of other stuff in there too. But I feel like maybe Dick's Sporting Goods probably has a little bit more too. I'm gonna be honest, I never shopped them like that. To be honest, I think the one and only time I really caught, outside of like some like lifting gloves, I copped those Gary Payton PE joints, the Air Jordan 12 University Gold joints, the Gary Payton PE joint. Now that was like a win over there. You know, that's when they were making moves then. You know what I mean? That like they making moves but moving correctly and moving in silence. You know what I'm saying? Says Poser also pointed out that a factoid about Foot Locker and how it is more in athletics, especially retailer focusing on fashion, lifestyle consumers with smaller boxes than Dick's, located mostly in the malls or in urban street locations. That's different from Dick's big box play. In fact, Dick's newest House of Sport retail concept, which opened last week into the Newport Centaur shopping mall in New Jersey City, New Jersey, totals 85,000 square feet. Despite the size, the retailer concept's second urban store is the retailer's smallest door, which is typically over 100,000 square feet. Wow. So that's another thing too. I will say this, right? And they bring up a valid point. Dick's Sporting Goods stores are kind of like, you can't miss it, right? To be honest, their smallest one is 85,000. It's one of their smallest, right? But if you think about it, every time I've seen a Dick's Sporting Goods, pause. Pause. It is like right there in your face. Pause. It is big. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Compared to the other like stores, right? Pause again. It says a merger saw Dick's executive chairman Ed Stack taking charge of Foot Locker's business, as well as the naming of new leadership teaming of North America, which international still be determined. Former Nike veteran Ann Freeman was named president of Foot Locker North America, and has appeared that in addition to Dylan, Foot Locker president Frank Bracklin, mishandling head Brian Melbourne are not a part of the going forward leadership team. So I believe Mary Dillon's not there, Foot Locker president, and the merch. I feel like they let the top three go. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, I will say this. The worker bees are doing what you're asked them to do. Not everybody's job important, but the people at the top, it does start at the top. It does start with leadership. I can think of several examples where, I've worked for some great leadership, but some things could have been, improved better, and maybe that's where Dick's Sporting Goods like, we're going to start here, you know what I'm saying? And then probably, maybe cut from, they'll make moves, but they're making big changes over there already. It says, we continue to believe that Foot Locker will benefit from Dick's operational strengths, Poser said. At the same time, we remain concerned that the running a small box athletic specialty retail store that serves a different consumer base than Dick's Sporting Goods does, and some totally different market spread. Dick's too thin. It's way too early to say be without difference. I think I said that correctly. Hopefully I did. It says Jefferies analyst Jonathan has a hold on the shares of Dick's. Nothing that concerns remain around Foot Locker's continue underperformance and the risk that assortment changes may not be enough, potentially diverting focus from Dick's core business. TD Corlin, JD John Cornyn said that correctly, also has a hold on the shares of Dick's, citing uncertainty in Foot Locker's turnaround, while cost and procurement sure energies could total between $100 million to $125 million. He's expected that headcount reduction and store rationalization are a possibility. So they're saying they could even cut some more stores, because if you think about it, they acquired all of them, but you got to keep in mind they got their fleet too. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say they don't cut some more underperforming stores, and then who's to say they don't change those stores into Dick's? Pause. You know what I'm saying? Dick's Sporting Goods. So, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities they could do here. And I'm pretty sure these guys are hard at work as they got their job. You know what I'm saying? They got their celebration, but then they know it was time to get back to work. You know what I'm saying? Says there's also speculation that Champ Sportings might be one of Foot Locker's banners that could go away. I mean, to be honest, Foot Locker them did a lot of cutting on their own anyway. You know what I'm saying? So again, Champs may be the next head honcho. He says banners operated by Foot Locker include the core Foot Locker business, Kid Foot Locker, Champs, WSS, and Atmos. Atmos they got rid of some of their stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, keep in mind, remember when we used to have like East Bay? Remember we used to have Foot Action? You know what I'm saying? Again, they may do some more. Again, that may start there. You know what I'm saying? Because all those expansion stores too is like, I get why they may do that. I'm not saying they will, but I wouldn't be surprised, right? But I don't wish that on nobody because, you know, at the end of the day, people are working in these stores too. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do with the people? It says, while it is too soon to tell how Dick's and Foot Locker will evolve post-merger, history hasn't been too kind to the fashion mergers. The Stuart Winsman brand was acquired by Tapestry in 2015, Sycamore Partners, in a deal that valued $574 million. Jay Schmidt, president and CEO of Charles R. Calories Inc., hopefully I'm saying that correctly, had eyes up on the brand but was outbidded by the Tapestry. Says in a while, Tapestry had hoped to gather learnings on the footwear production word in the shoe market from the investment bankers was that its biggest mistake was in throwing out the last that the brand's founder and chief designer had perfected over the years. Changes in creative direction added to the problems, which put up the sale again in the total Schmidt and was able to close a $108.7 million deal for the brand. So again, it's just showing like other brand examples of what they kind of did here, right? Okay. I want to make sure I cover this article real quick. We're about to get ready to wrap it up and transition on to the next one here in the next few minutes. But I don't want to cover this per se. I want to make sure I cover only the Foot Locker stuff here. So this is kind of giving you other examples of this right here. Let me see if I can get right here. And retail, perhaps the biggest merger mistake was okay, so they're just listing examples of other like mergers that's kind of did stuff like this where it didn't work out so well. So I'm not going to go all the way over that and cover that. But I mean, only time will tell. We'll see if this was a good idea. So this is not necessarily a merge per se, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, they could easily just change the name, but they may keep it the same. So many things and routes they could take with this, right? Okay, so let's transition on to the JD Sports. Pretty much limited impact for the U.S. tariffs this year, but are nervous about the future consumer segment, right? Okay, let me touch the chat real quick. Slayer says, I just hope Foot Locker is open to ideas by Dick's. Pause again. I mean, to be honest, I think they kind of have no choice, you know what I'm saying? Because they've changed the top already. You know what I'm saying? They're the new guys. You know what I'm saying? Even though they've got experience, you know what I'm saying? I've seen it time and time again where some people just do what their boss tell them to do. You know what I mean? Where we at? Devon says, what's good, Polo in chat? What up, Devon? Man with the Kick says Slayer 100, and we got a strong arm and Divine 100. Salute. Let's get to the next article. It says overall group revenue increased 18% in the first half of the fiscal 2026 to 5.94 billion pounds. Now we're talking JD Sports here. Where we at? It says JD Sports touted an overall increase in revenue in the first half of the fiscal year of 2026, but continued to see declines in the North America business segment, right? The UK-based company reported group revenue increased 18% in the first half to 5.94 billion pounds compared to the 5.03 billion pounds the same time last year. Profit before taxes adjusted items with 351 million pounds in the first half, down 13.5% from the 406 million pounds this year. So to let you know, like, it's not just Foot Locker that's feeling these sales. It's across the board, like I was telling you guys at the beginning of the live. Like, these businesses, right? If Nike is feeling it, everybody that kind of eats off Nike's got to feel it too. Unless some other brand steps up and just blows out the water, right? Which obviously you could tell it's easier said than done. You know what I'm saying? Memory Kick says Richard Sports message. I get what you're trying to get at there, because I think if I'm not mistaken, is Richard not the is Dick not the nickname for Richard? Pause, pause. But I get what you try. I get what you're at, Manny. I got you. Devon says, and Herbert first order of business is to tell the employees every stock goes to her son before the release. Allegedly. I don't think she's gonna play. I would hope that Dick's Sporting Goods don't let that slide. I'm not saying it may not take. It may take them a minute if she goes that route again, and she gets. I'll put it this way: if she goes that route again, and it makes it to the public, and she get caught up, which is probably gonna take even way longer, because I'm assuming she's learned from her quote unquote mistakes in the past, right? Allegedly, but I'm assuming if it gets caught up again, she's done. But I mean, it's not like she's making like small money, so I'm assuming she'll be all right regardless. You know what I'm saying? Because she it's not like she didn't get a job after she resigned from Nike. You know, Devon says, "What up, Manny and Slayer? Salutes." Says JD Sports Chief Executive Officer Leslie Schwartz said on Wednesday that the results so far this year demonstrate the resilience of the business. The executive also noted that he expects limited impact from the U.S. tariffs this financial year, supported in part by inventory purchased prior to the implementation of the tariffs. So what I got from that, and that's why he's probably not tripping, but maybe next year, and that's probably why they said in the future, because homie already acquired as much as he possibly could, probably, you know, that made sense for him business-wise to get the stuff over here before the tariff stuff took effect. Which, again, keep in mind this, though, like, there's still drops that hasn't probably made it over here yet, or they're done, but they're not here yet, too. So you got to keep in mind, you know, maybe he just looked at the foreset of what he was going to get anyway and just went on and put the bag up, if I had to guess. You know what I'm saying? Says, I would say that the current level of uncertainty is impacting consumer confidence across over different markets, Schwartz said in the analyst on the company's earnings call on Wednesday. But more importantly for us, as we have said previously, unemployment is a key factor for our young customer. And we are starting to see early negative sign of it, especially in Europe and in the UK, and something for us to monitor in the coming months. So he's paying attention, you know what I'm saying? Which, again, I can't really knock him for that. Now, this article dropped, on the 24th? So that actually dropped today. So this actually really makes sense as to why this sounds so current. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to sit here and say that he's not on top of the game, right? But it seems like he's obviously paying attention to it, and I don't want to knock him for that, right? Okay, so let me get back to the article. It says, where we at? Boom, 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 something for us to monitor. We read that. So we're going to go here. It says, the CEO added, regardless of the immediate effects of the tariffs, he is more nervous about the global impact the U.S. consumer will have once prices increase continue to occur. And that's the thing you got to take in perspective too, right? Let's just keep it 100. And I'm not trying to talk political here, but prices keep going up little by little on products, right? But I don't know about you guys. How many people have seen raises as we've seen these prices jump up? Are our raises keeping up with these tariffs, right? Which I've been hearing from the administration saying it's only supposed to be temporary, but how long is temporary really, right? Food for thought. Let me touch the chat real quick. Devon says, she probably gonna hire, read that part. Men of the Kick says, Divine, not again, Backdoor Express LLC. Hey, man, y'all going in, bruh. Devon says, who would have thought a guy named Dick would be the largest sporting retailer in the U.S.? Pause, man. I mean, it's crazy, right? I would have never thought that, like, Foot Locker would, like, Dick's Sporting Goods, whatever. But I thought it, because to be honest, they are apples, and even though they sell similar product, but now it's like, it's crazy to see them now. It's like, it's the same company, right? I never thought I would be saying that ever. Where we are real quick, it says, it's not happening now, but it's going to happen. Schwartz said, that's a key question that we don't have the answer to, but for our industry, I think it has been well managed, and I think that we've been seeing no impact from the time being. Looking closer at JD North America, the company reported that the revenue in the region fell 2.6% in the first half to 1.13 billion pounds as a reported basis, but increased 1.3% at consistent currency. Like for like, sales declined 5.2% for the period, but saw improvement trends quarter on quarter, particularly in the company's apparel proposition and across the online platform. Right? Okay. So again, he's taking notes right here. Where we at real quick? Let's see. Menu the Kick says, "Pause. I'm dead. Divine." I didn't read that, by the way, if whatever it is, because it shows deleted. Divine says, "I give them props. The lasted way longer than the models." And then Divine says, "At Manny's laughing." Look, man. Again, we gotta see what it's gonna be like with all this too, because to be honest, it's kind of one of those, I hate to say it, what this article is kind of showing out there is the fear of the unknown. You know what I mean? And we're gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really predict it, but to be honest, I don't even think we got any major heat coming next week. I thought we were gonna get those Travises. They got pushed back. That's something you gotta keep in mind too. Says, despite performance, the CEO maintained that the company sees great opportunity in North America for the development of both the JD brand and the complementary fashion division. As far as footwear goes, Schwartz noted that running shoes are driving the company. He cited Saucony, which me and my barber argued all the time. I thought it was Saucony. Me and Dunk thought it was Saucony too. I borderline want to say it's Saucony, but everybody keeps saying Saucony. I just wish stuff like this, I wish the companies would come out and just like address it. It's like I argued with my previous coworker one time, whether it's McDonald's or McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? That's a very interesting one too. Where we at real quick? Let's see. Divine says, you remember models back then. I don't think I remember them. Let's see. Divine says the Indefinite Archives is doing a raffle for the 17s, and next it's the Tokyo 5s. Okay. It says it's about 4K stock on sneakers. Again, I feel you, but these stock numbers, dog, I always take it with a grain of salt. Keep it 100. I'm not saying it's not right, but I'm very curious. Nike them got people that pay attention to this too, and they're either like, it's not worth our like research to find out who's leaking the ball if it's true. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick? As far as the footwear goes, sports, we read that one. He cited Saucony, Salmon, On, and Hoka, New Balance, Asics, Adidas, and Nike has the key brands is the footwear segment, especially in the performance. It says, thanks to our agility for our flexible merchandising to our buying excellence, we are anticipating the product cycle and the change of trend and the evolution of brand Schwartz added. And this is critical in the current challenging product cycle. As we always say, we will win with a winner. Cool. Let's see. Devon says, Polo, this is the store. I'll see if I can pull it up. I'll do that. I'll keep the link up here and I'll check it out. He says it's Models. Okay, Models. I think I've heard of it for real. I said models. My bad, Brody. My bad. Let me finish up the article, and then we'll have a little bit of time, 5 minutes. We're going to talk upcoming sneaker releases, and then I'll put that up there because you got the link. So pretty much where we are real quick. Says, looking ahead, the company said it remains cautious on the trading environment for the second half of the year, reflecting continued pressure on consumer finances, elevated unemployment risk, and the ongoing transition in the footwear product cycle. Despite these headwinds, JD Sports noted that it expects a full-year product profit before taxes and adjusting items to be in line with the current market expectations, which calls for a range between 853 million pounds to 914 million pounds. So there you go right there. Let's see, Menrick says, Jimmy Jazz, Sammy, then models for me, Divine. Okay, so let me pull up this real quick. Let me put myself back on the main screen because we're about to talk upcoming sneaker releases anyway, because those are the two articles I wanted to cover tonight. Put myself back on the main screen. Boom. Let me pull up this models. Is it models? Let me see. Copy link address. I'm going to see if I can put it over here. Upcoming sneaker releases too. Let me see. Models. Splatter that. And did I just copy the image? I could have sworn. There we go. That's the image. Oh, so it's like an image of this joint. Okay. This is the store right here. Okay, yeah. I've never seen this joint before, to be honest. Yeah, this is patch.com, image, blah, blah, blah. Let me share my screen on this, what you sent me, Devon. This is what came up. Splatter that. This is Models. Sporting's good. I don't think I've ever heard of this store ever. I'm going to keep it 100. I grew up in the middle of nowhere too, so that don't mean anything. Like I know for a fact we ain't had no models. You know what I'm saying? Dunks may have heard of this joint, but I ain't heard that joint. But yeah, I heard of Jimmy Jazz, but Jimmy Jazz, to be honest, dog, I've only seen like one or two. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, models, sporting goods, interesting. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else we got on the radar real quick. Obviously, we got a Tokyo 5s anticipated. That's supposed to come, September 27th. That's going to be interesting. Devon says, I remember Jimmy Jazz. I remember Jimmy Jazz, too. I think I've only seen, but I don't hear too much talk about Jimmy Jazz anymore. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I just don't know. But I remember Jimmy Jazz used to be that go-to, though, for like all like the urban type of stuff. I think I've seen only like a handful of stores. I've been in one, I'm sure. But I don't really hear too much talk about Jimmy Jazz anymore, dog. Devon says, you remember when you had Radio Shack, the Wiz electronic stores? I remember Radio Shack. The Wiz electronic stores, not so much. But Radio Shack, that used to be a go-to, too, to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Where, like, electronics, and then they just kind of, like, disappeared, bro. But to be honest, I feel like they couldn't keep up with the technology growth. I mean, once stuff started taking off so fast, their stuff slowly, to me, started to feel like it was outdated. Even though they had it very nice in there and booming and stereo system, it just started to seem like it was outdated. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. But yeah, I remember Radio Shack for sure. I definitely remember that. Also, okay, so this is the Tokyo 5s. We got the Marvel pack here with Bape that's supposed to be coming right here. Bapesta and the Marvel, they're doing a collab, Fantastic Four. I'm going to put some images up on the screen right here. This is the colorways. You know, to be honest, dog, I've never had a pair of Bapes. I don't hate these, but at the same time, I mean, I feel like it's kind of ran its course. I'm surprised Nike is letting this slide, but this obviously got to be okay with the deal because, to be honest, I cannot unsee the Air Force One in this shoe. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not an Air Force One, but it just screams Air Force One. Has Bape ran its time in course, right? Has it really ran its course? You know, think about it. The original person that was over at Bape, they're at Nike. What is it? Nigo? He's over at Nike now. You know what I mean? Think about this. I do like these colorways, but I think I would have just better off just rather had this as a Nike joint. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some little yachty them, but I mean, I don't know. Like, they let them have that lightning and star joint, which how it's coming out of the shoe, I still cannot unsee, like, the still an Air Force One to me. You know what I'm saying? I cannot unsee it. But I do like what they did. It's not a bad collab. And I see that they put the person's, like, before they put the person, like, they're putting the logo on the person of what it actually is on there. Before, I don't think they did that. So it's nice to see that imprinted on the shoe so you get to see who it is. Dr. Doom. You know what I'm saying? They got the merch. I think the merch will go harder, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But there are some people that are, like, die-hard, like, Marvel fans. So I can see them probably wanting this for sure. I don't hate the merch. I will say that. So that's one we got up here. And then one more thing I was going to show you guys too, before we get up out of here. Memory Kick says, them Tokyo 5s coming home. I'm on the fence about them, to be honest. They dope, but I don't know how bad. How bad do I want them really? Right? I'm going to keep it real with that. And then I think that's it for upcoming sneaker releases for this week. And then I will say this, bruh. I guess I'm gonna show a little love to Kim Kardashian real quick. Where's she at? I will say they're supposed to be doing the Nike and Skims, and I know this for the ladies, but I do want to say this real quick. Kim looking alright, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know she ain't for everybody, but I gotta be honest. I don't hate it. You know what I'm saying? Just want to throw that out there. This is her ad of this joint going on right here. So yeah, I feel like, it is what it is. And these are the images of it, if I'm not mistaken. But to be honest, dog, it screams Kanye to me too, where like, I'm not saying that's where she got the idea, but it looked like he gave her, like, put the battery in her back to get this up and started. Not necessarily with Nike, but just that whole Skims line. But I know this is for ladies. But to be honest, they did do Skims for men too. You know what I'm saying? So I know this is some of the models right here. But then I think Kim is actually doing one of the models. Like, this is Kim right here, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to be honest, dog. I'm not mad at Kim. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure, like, with her fan base and Nike them, it's probably gonna do its thing over there. But to be honest, it definitely just makes me think of Kanye, like, because I feel like this is something that he was doing with his line before it just kind of, before he kind of just jinxed it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? By talking too much, in my opinion, right? And let me put myself back on the main screen. We're about to get ready to wrap things up for the night. Let me touch the chat. Where we at real quick. Mentor Kick says, them shits is ass is Polo. Hey, look, man, I'm just putting it out there. Everybody got their own opinion, right? But, I mean, the Marble collab thing, not it for me for sure. The Skim joints for the ladies, in my opinion. To each their own. Tokyo 5s, I've been hearing people mumbling and grumbling about them. So we'll see. I'm hearing they're limited. I really had high hopes of hopefully seeing the Travis's, but that's been pushed back. So, I mean, other than that, man, that's pretty much going to wrap up the live for the night. I'll be back live again on Saturday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel. Today, we pretty much covered Dick's restructuring for Foot Locker, what it could possibly look like, how many areas and stuff they could probably take, different areas. Rumors is that they may close the rest of the Champs line, because that falls up under Foot Locker too. But who knows? When you get new people in the business or new people over you, things are going to change no matter how you slice it and dice it, dog. Mariner Kick says for retail or on to the next one, Polo. Okay, I feel you. I feel like a lot of people been having that wave too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we covered pretty much possible reconstruction with Foot Locker, which most likely is going to happen. And then we covered JD Sports expects limited impact from tariffs, but not ruling it all the way out because anything could change for sure. But other than that, I'll see you guys again on Saturday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new. And if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones. And what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional Tron Halls. And I know we got Music Monday, but I'll see you guys again on Saturday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. I see you, man. He says, Kanye made that brand for Kim. Interesting. I don't doubt it. Allegedly, right? Okay. But I'll see you guys again on Saturday. Y'all smash that like button, sub up, and yeah, I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December.